What's going on, everyone? This is Kevin here, coming at you with my hands-on and first impressions video of the Samsung Galaxy A52. Make sure to follow me on Twitter and Instagram at KevinBreezeTV, as I'm constantly posting the most up-to-date news and rumors regarding mid-range and budget smartphones. Now, this is the international variant of the phone, and as of now, this phone is not available officially in the US. I will be updating the links though in the video description, as availability does change over time, so definitely take a look at that to see the most up-to-date pricing. Now, the Samsung Galaxy A52 is the successor to the Samsung Galaxy A51. Now, I did buy my A51 back in December of 2019, so it has been quite a bit of time in between the A51 and A52, but it looks like it is well worth the wait. Now, before we check out the actual phone itself, I do want to show you what all comes included here in the box. So here is the box that the phone did come in, and the phone, by the way, does come in 4 different colors. You can get it in awesome black, awesome white, awesome violet, and then this color, awesome blue. Now, in the box, we do have this packet here, so we'll take a look and see what all is included. And it looks like we have a SIM card removal tool, and we also have some literature here. We also have an adaptive fast charger. Now, this included charger is a 15-watt charger, which is a bit unfortunate because this phone does actually support fast charging up to 25 watts. But then again, I'm glad that we at least do get a charger included here in the box. And then also included in the box is a USB-C cable for charging and data transfer. But getting back to the actual phone itself, the device features a very large display at 6.5 inches. The display itself features Corning Gorilla Glass 5, so that does make it nice and durable. This device features a Super AMOLED display, and it actually features a 90 Hz refresh rate, which is a nice premium improvement over the Galaxy A51, which featured a 60 Hz refresh rate. Now, the resolution of this device is 1080p. We're getting a PPI of 407. We're getting a 20:9 aspect ratio, and we're getting an 84.6% screen-to-body ratio. So in general, a really solid screen-to-body ratio and a really good design overall looking at the front panel here of the phone. Especially this display. Colors really do pop here, and in general, things look super nice. Now, up top here, we do have a hole punch for the front-facing camera, and the front-facing camera is 32 megapixels. Now, stay tuned for my full review video, as I'll show you a variety of different photo and video samples here from the phone. Now, internally here, at least with this variant of the Galaxy A52, we're getting 128 gigabytes of internal storage, and we're getting microSD card expansion. Now, since getting this phone, I have installed a variety of my own applications, but between that, apps that come pre-installed on the phone, and then also the actual operating system itself, we have used 28.09 gigabytes. So that is 21% of the internal storage. So that is a fraction of the total storage, but I think this really does show why it's such a good thing that we did get 128 gigs of internal storage here with the phone. Now, with this device, there is no wireless charging, but we do have a fingerprint sensor built into the display, and it actually works very well. Let's give that a try one more time. So very quick there. In addition to that, this phone also supports facial recognition, so I do appreciate that we do have multiple methods to getting into the phone. Now, with the Samsung Galaxy A52, we do have a quad camera setup on the back of the phone. So we're getting a 64 megapixel main camera, a 12 megapixel ultra wide angle camera at 123 degrees, a 5 megapixel depth sensing camera, and a 5 megapixel macro camera. So I do appreciate that we're getting so many different cameras that also bring us so many different abilities. Another awesome thing about this phone too is that it does support portrait mode for both the rear and front cameras. But let's take a look at the camera app. So here's how things look through the camera app. This is with the main camera right now. Then from here we can switch over to the ultra wide angle camera and fit a lot more content into the frame. I'm definitely a big fan of that. You can also go over to the More tab here, and from there you can access portrait mode so that you get those nice blurred out backgrounds. And then also we can access the macro camera. So with the macro camera, you can get very close up and get nice, crisp, and clear images. We can also flip around to the front facing camera, and I'm actually going to turn off beauty mode here, which is enabled by default. And then we have the standard view here. There's also this more cropped out group selfie mode. And then I can also do portrait mode photos with the front facing camera as well. So in general, a lot of different options when it comes to the cameras here in the phone. And in the future, we'll definitely be doing a dedicated video about the cameras on this phone. Now with this variant of the Samsung Galaxy A52, we're getting 6 GB of RAM and the Qualcomm Snapdragon 720G processor. Now both of those are big improvements over the A51. And I can already tell that this phone is a very quick and fast device. But I did run a benchmark test using Geekbench 5. I got a single core score of 538 and a multi-core score of 1559. So what I recommend doing is running this test on your current phone and then compare your scores to these scores to get a better idea of whether or not the A52 is going to be a performance upgrade for you. Now, video recording with the Samsung Galaxy A52 maxes out at 4K with the rear camera and then also 4K with the front camera. This phone features a very large 4,500 mAh internal battery, and as mentioned earlier in the video, it does support 25 watt fast charging, which is another awesome thing to see. Now the software on here is Samsung's One UI 3.0 over Android 11, and if you've used a Samsung device in the past, then the experience here likely will be very familiar to you. And one of the biggest benefits with Samsung's One UI interface is that they do add quite a few additional features. For example, you can swipe over from the side and we have this app sidebar that you can customize. You can also go in and switch it out for your favorite contacts, for different tasks, weather. I mean, there's so many different things that you can customize here with the phone. And of course, in a future video, we'll be going over all of that in way more detail. Now, this specific variant of the A52 does feature NFC, which is great for contactless payments, for example. I don't know if every single variant of this phone will have NFC, but I know that this one does. Another awesome thing with the Samsung Galaxy A52 is that for the first time, we're getting IP67 dust and water resistance. So essentially, this phone can go underwater for up to 1 meter for 30 minutes, which is pretty cool. But now that we've gone over all the major specifications for the Samsung Galaxy A52, let's now take a closer look at the hardware. Now I already talked quite a bit about the front panel here, but this is how things look. We have pretty small bezels all throughout, which is much appreciated. This phone is made completely out of plastic, but overall feels nice and solid and of high quality. Now taking a look at the left side of the phone, we have nothing. Then on the right side of the phone, we have the power button, volume down and volume up. Then up top here, we have the noise canceling microphone, and then also the slot for the micro SD card and SIM card. And then on the bottom of the phone, we have the 3.5mm headphone jack, we have the microphone, USB-C port for charging and data transfer, and we have the speaker. And then taking a look at the back side of the phone, definitely a very minimalist setup, but we have the 4 cameras and the flash, and we have the Samsung logo. But beyond that, that's all that we're really getting. And I'm a big fan of this color, by the way. I think it looks really nice. And in general, I think Samsung went with a really good design for the A52 in general. But overall, I'm a big fan so far of this device. I'm definitely looking forward to making a lot more content about this phone here in the channel, so I hope you're excited for that. This is the Samsung Galaxy A52, and I will see you in the next video.